Hola amigos and welcome back to another episode of La Vida Verde podcast. I am your host, Matthew Human, here at Finca Vida Verde. It's a beautiful day, and my guest this week is Kristen Sarah. Kristen is a world traveler. She is a travel host. She's been to over 70 countries. She is an entrepreneur, a mother, the founder of Hopscotch the Globe with her husband, Sia, who we've had on this podcast, and she is my neighbor in Alegria. I can see her house right from here, actually. It's going to be a great conversation. We hope you enjoy. Kristen Sarah.
Yes.
Welcome to La Vida Verde podcast.
I'm glad to finally be here.
I know, it's a long time coming.
Yeah.
We've had Sia on, your
Hubby?
you don't say
The
better
other-
half. What do you say? Your other half.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
you can
definitely
say other half. Or
he's
you
a
could say
good-looking
two
guy.
holes
He's a-
coming together.
He's a good-looking guy, but
Yeah.
you're the better half.
Oh,
Come
thank
on,
you.
let's just
Thank
be
you.
honest here. Yo, everybody, what's happening? This is Humano. Guys, thank you, everybody who's been watching this podcast. I want to invite you to join our Patreon, patreon.com/La Vida Verde podcast. We are looking for ways to build our community. We have a lot of great content on there, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. It helps fund this program so we can keep having great guests, great conversations. Go check it out, patreon.com/La Vida Verde podcast. Pura vida. It's great having you here. You're my neighbor. You live right there. I can see your house through these trees.
Yep.
You just did a video with, by the way, thank you. You and Sia just released a video. You came and did an interview with me that was really enjoyable.
It was.
And also it's actually like for Finca Vida Verde, it's been great because it like helps people to understand me and like the farm and kind of what we're doing. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
Yeah.
You're a cool
It's
guy.
fun.
Yeah.
Aw, you keep saying that. I try to be cool. Let's just kind of get into it.
Sure.
Like, you were born in Canada.
Yep.
Where?
Close to Toronto.
Close to Toronto.
Like 20 minutes from Toronto.
Okay. And you grew up there.
Yes.
You did not leave there much when you were a kid.
No,
You travel a lot as a youth?
No. I mean, I think my first trip I was maybe 10 to the States. And then I went to like some resorts with my parents, like Cuba, a few times. So that's
Cool.
not travel, but it's like a big vacationing.
I see.
Vacationing,
Okay.
so
I
no.
see. Yeah. I mean, I guess I see. Yeah, you're because you now as a traveler,
Yeah.
you are very much like traveling. I guess to you means getting into the culture.
That's definitely the difference. There's vacationing, there's traveling, and nobody really in my family traveled. I mean, my mom came from Italy, but
Oh, your mom's Italian?
my mom's Sicilian.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
You're
talked
Sicilian
about this.
too, right? Yeah.
Mom, yes,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, but I was the first one that really started to travel in my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And so, when did you start traveling?
I signed up for an exchange program in high school. So I was 18. I went back for an extra year. I graduated, but I was like, I want to do this exchange program.
Where'd you go?
Paraguay for 4 months. Yeah. It was like, first of all, Paraguay. Who goes to Paraguay?
Yeah, Ivan told me Paraguay doesn't even exist. He doesn't believe
It
Paraguay
is.
exists.
It's the heart of South America.
He told me there's a joke. He told me there's a joke in South America that that Paraguay doesn't really exist
No, it's-
because there's people don't who's from Paraguay?
But
Where do you ever meet people from Paraguay?
It's true. But that's what made it so extra awesome because
Right.
it was my first time away. It was Paraguay, so there were no other foreigners around me except me and the group of other people I went with, but we were all scattered around the country. So I really got to immerse myself, to learn Spanish, and to just fully be in this new life. And that's what kickstarted everything for me.
Did you? Is that the first place you ever had yerba mate?
Tereré.
Tereré. They drink
have it.
tereré in Paraguay.
Cold,
That's right.
cold.
Which is like it's like
Which makes sense because it's so freaking hot.
right. They drink cold mate,
now.
so they have a cooler
Yeah.
instead of a thermos. Like they have a cold thermos instead of a hot
Yeah.
thermos.
Just packed with ice, and it's so refreshing.
And
everyone-
herbs, right?
Yeah, and everyone just sits in a circle, usually outside outside someone's house, and just shares one cup. And yeah, I do.
That's a mate.
Thank you.
There you go.
So hot.
I know.
But I'm gonna do it.
Not everyone likes my mate, so I don't. It's a little washed out.
No, it's delicious.
Sorry about it.
Perfect.
Eco Teas, thank you very much. Eco Teas mate, by the way.
Delicious.
We appreciate it. And so Paraguay, yeah, and also it's just like an interesting because there's not a lot of you don't meet a lot of people. Andrea, our neighbor, we have a neighbor from Paraguay.
Yeah.
Steven's partner and
Yep.
her mom.
Yep.
Who speaks what's the local
Guarani.
language? Guarani.
Yeah, that's the other language there. So they mix a lot of Spanish and Guarani. So when I learned Spanish, there's words in Guarani that I was saying thinking it was Spanish. So I had to relearn some words.
Okay.
Coming here.
And you were 18. You did that as
Yep.
a foreign exchange kind of thing.
Yeah.
And at what point did you meet? So you met Sia before that. You
I
met
met
him in
him.
high school.
Yeah, we became friends when we were 15. He actually did that same exchange program when he was 16. We're the same age. And he's the one that opened my eyes. I didn't even know it was a thing at our school. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. And I want to do it too. So I did 2 years later.
Dude, I think that is just so cool. I'm sorry. Like, I told him this when he was on the podcast. So I'm like, the coolest thing is like that your hot best friend becomes your like partner. That's the coolest thing. That was my dream in high school. I got all these hot best friends, and they were all like, "You're like too much like a brother to me." I'm like, "What?"
It didn't feel like a brother-sister relationship. We always liked each other, but we had a boyfriend or girlfriend, and then eventually I told him that I'm like, I love you. You need to break up with your girlfriend.
You broke up with his girlfriend for you?
Yeah, I mean it worked. We're still together, almost 20 years. 20 years this August.
That girl's at home crying.
Yeah.
Wonder where she is now. Let's not think about
Okay.
that. Well, moving on. Okay, and so you studied TV and film production in college then?
Yep.
You knew you wanted to be in...
I wanted to act, and I did
So
for a
did you
while.
do theater like in high school too?
I did theater my whole life, since I was like 6, 7 years old.
Oh.
And then I did musical theater as an adult. It was something that I was scared to sing in front of people, so I said I'm going to do it. And I just to audition. I didn't think I was going to get a role, and I ended up getting a role. And then I did Fame. I did Little Women.
I'm gonna live forever.
And Hair.
Hair. Oh, I love Hair. We should do Hair here.
Our Hair. Our community is Hair.
Masturbation,
You know
fellatio.
I love that you know it. That's awesome. Yeah. And then I wanted to be like an actor, TV host. So, and I did it, but then I just fell more in love with doing my own thing, having my own business, and kind of incorporated all of it, right? So I do YouTube and travel YouTube, so it's like
that whole world kind of changed. Yeah, like
you
you adapted quickly, which I think was a really a smart thing. I did not adapt so quickly. I was like kind of stubborn. I'm Taurus, and I'm like I'm a musician, and musicians do this, and this is the way. And people told me early on, you need to start recording YouTube videos of yourself doing covers. This was in 2000.
Oh, yeah. I remember all those covers.
1999 or 2000, somebody told me this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if I had like blown up in 2000, like where I would be right now?
Well, I think we all think that at some point. But I mean, I even thought I'm starting late on many of the platforms. And I probably was, right? There's people that get on it, and then for me, it's been like just a gradual incline in terms of how much the business has grown over the years. It's never been like a spike of a bunch of followers or whatever. It's been a steady climb.
So you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And what happened? Did you do any acting like professionally?
Yeah, I got an agent, and I did
in Canada.
Yep, in Canada. I did commercials, national commercials, radio commercials. I did TV, like I was a TV host for some travel shows.
On what channel?
Travel Channel. I did a series with them.
What was it called?
My gosh. There was 1K Getaway, which was a pilot Sia and I did together.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Spirited Long Weekends, where I went around the U.S. and went to different wineries and breweries doing really like cool things. I was a co-host for Angry Planet. I don't know if you've heard of that show. George Karunas, he goes around and he's a storm chaser and does like crazy things, and we did an episode in the Amazon following the Roosevelt expedition. We like redid it.
You're talking about Teddy Roosevelt
Yeah.
when he went down there into the Amazon.
Yeah, and he did like the rafting down. Yeah, we redid everything.
Wow.
It was wild. Yeah, so I did that stuff. I was a host for a kids TV show called YTV. If you grew up in Canada, then you know.
I saw you on YTV. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do kids like
fun.
ever come up to you and like?
No, I didn't do it for that long. But when I was doing it, people would message me and be like, "Oh my God, my kid's watching you on TV right now." It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But then with traveling and everything, it's hard to like audition, so I just kind of stopped and just kept making my own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you miss doing like the TV stuff?
Yes, absolutely, especially theater. Yeah,
Theater.
it's like my love.
Well, there's a local theater here. It's called Teatro de la Tierra.
I think there was like the last performance was like Macbeth or something
They
something?
did King Lear.
Okay.
King Lear, and it's up in Atenas, and it's Jesse James, who's
Oh.
he was a theater. In fact, we're gonna have him on the podcast. He was gonna
cool.
come today, but he had to cancel. But
Oh, so you put me in?
No. We were gonna do him not today. This is past.
I'm
previously.
messing with you. I'm messing with
you. He taught theater at Yale,
Oh.
and so he's like a
Wow.
real deal like theater guy.
And he lives in Atenas.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
and
did not know
they
that.
used to have the theater over there in Ecovia, where it's Ecovia San Mateo now. Used to have an outdoor theater, and they did Animal Farm, and they did
Okay.
a reading of what was the Oedipus.
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 There you go.
What?
It is Oedipus.
You eat a puss. I'll eat a puss. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, and you also worked for MTV?
Yeah, I did an internship there my last year of college, and then
And Canadian MTV is different
Canadian
than US
MTV. Yes,
Okay.
it's a little different. And then I ended up getting a job. So I worked there for like almost 2 years after college to save money to travel. And also get experience in my field. And it was so much fun. Met a lot of celebrities, got to do a lot of like cool stuff.
What was your favorite thing you did? Is there a thing that you're like,
Yeah.
that was like my favorite thing?
It was through MTV that I did something called the Much Music Video Awards. And Much Music is kind of like MTV.
Yeah, I remember Much Music. That was a
Yeah.
Canadian program though?
Yes, as well.
Right.
But it was like a music award show that happened every year in Canada, and I got to it's called it being a talent wrangler. So I got to basically manage talent for the day, and
Right.
just getting to meet some really cool celebrities, and I got to party with them. They invited me out afterwards.
Who was the coolest? Who was your favorite? Like,
Katy Perry was really awesome.
was she
but
with Russell
was-
Brand at the time?
I don't remember. I think she might have been, but I was a talent wrangler for Snooki, so we hung out.
Snooki.
Remember Snooki Jersey Shore?
Never saw it, but I know who she is.
Oh, yeah.
I only know her because of Saturday Night Live used to make fun of her pretty hard.
This was like when she was like full on partying, and I met like all the guys, like her whole group.
Was she had a boyfriend named the Situation or something?
No, that wasn't her boyfriend. That was
Oh.
like one of the other guys on
I
the
don't
show.
pay attention to.
It's okay. It's fine.
I don't
It was fun
pay
though.
attention. I never
They're a good
watched
time. They're a good
Jersey
time.
Shore. I'm sorry.
It
You're like 10 years younger than me, I
not-
think.
Really?
I'm 44.
Not quite 10, but younger.
You're within a 10 to
It's
5
hard- it's hard to
year
tell the difference,
generation.
but no.
We can't talk about that.
I guess.
Some things are off limits. Okay. Okay, and so after MTV, you were acting more. You kept acting. You did like what, theater or?
Yeah, I was doing theater and acting, like just auditioning for different roles for different things, commercials, TV, movies, and stuff.
What's the most like well-known thing you did?
I would say all the travel TV host stuff. Oh, I did another show too called Fabulosity. It was another TV show.
Wow, all of these
on the Out TV network. Yeah, it was mostly like hosting. That was like, yeah.
And was this like international, or was this pretty much just Canada?
No.
Like Discovery, is that like a Canada or is
Travel
that
Channel, it would be U.S. as well. Especially Spirited Long Weekends that aired in the U.S. and then the pilot we shot was U.S.
Okay.
So yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have probably had seen some of these things.
Yeah.
But I was already like smoking weed and not stopped watching TV around
Yeah.
that generation.
Yeah.
Steven was Steven Brooks, who
Yeah.
brought me here to Costa Rica. When I met him, was doing a show on the Travel Channel, so I got
Oh, I
to
didn't know that.
go be part of that. Yeah, it was called Edible Adventure.
Oh,
Also a pilot that
didn't get.
never got picked up, but it was a great show. You
I
should check it
know,
out.
I
have
know,
it. I have an
right?
episode. You can watch it still. I have a.
So many shows that
send
are
it to you.
awesome just don't get picked up, and then there's a lot of crappy ones that do. It's the way it goes.
I know. Well, he said, I remember at the time it was a political thing. It was like the president had switched to a new president of the channel. And so they didn't want I mean, this is the excuse. Who knows what the truth is? But like he said, the old president didn't want the new president's, or the new president didn't want any of the old president's things. He wanted to kind of create his own legacy.
Politics, of course.
Politics, yeah. It's all that. Okay, and so all this time you were traveling, and you were traveling for work, but then...
So, not for work. I guess sometimes doing like for some of the TV shows, but that was like after MTV, I decided to leave for 10 months and just travel on my own, and that's when I really started writing for my blog and filming some little videos here and there, and that was 2010. And then when I came back, I continued just like writing about those travels whilst working as a server and doing auditioning, and just kept going with that. But then the blog started to really pick up. And
yeah, what was that like? Because you were back in 2008, 2000. You said you started the blog in 2008.
2010. I started writing in 2008 on like Blogspot, it was called. But 2010, I bought my domain. I started Hopscotch the Globe.
And people started following you.
Yeah, I'd say like within the first like year, people I didn't know. First it was my friends and family, just to see what I was doing while I was traveling, and then people just started emailing me that I didn't know, and that wasn't what I was setting out to do. It was really just to share with friends and family. But I'm like, this is really cool. I'm getting to connect with people and like inspire them, and they're telling me they're gonna quit their job and travel, and how cool is that? And then it just kind of picked up from there, right? I'm like, this is great.
You are responsible for a whole generation of dropouts.
I mean, I wouldn't call them dropouts.
Dropping out of society to turn in.
To open their minds and their options, because we're so like, you go to school, you go to college, like you haven't really, what have you done with, like, what have you done? How do you know what you want to do if you haven't experimented with different things? When you travel, you get to try different things you've never done before. And you discover things about yourself like that. Oh my gosh, I picked up a guitar, or I tried Reiki and I love it, and like that's what I want to do with my life. Like, how would you know if you didn't go out and explore? Right?
No, it's true. I was kind of joking about that, so forgive me.
Passionate.
I know. We're acting.
Tease me.
We're both actors. We're acting. What are your top 10 countries?
Ooh, India, and I'm going back in September.
What do you love about India? That's number one. That was without you didn't even hesitate.
No,
that was it.
India is a very wild, beautiful, spiritual, colorful, overwhelming place. It stimulates all of your senses all at once. It's a lot, but it's like so magical at the same time. Yeah.
And what do you do you have any like, what's your like, if you had one like top trick, like don't drink the water?
Well, yes.
That's my fear of India.
Yes.
Is like, I don't want to go to India because I'm afraid of like
the
getting
water.
Parasites and food poisoning.
You gotta bottled water. You have to. I mean, that was back in 2010. Maybe there's other options. Maybe there's more filtered water stations you can trust and such, or whatever. But yeah, like so many places in the world, though, where water just you don't have access to as clean water as you do in other places.
Don't eat raw food. You have a food preference?
Yeah, I mean, it just really depends. I kind of go with like the place that I'm eating at and how I feel, but generally I'd say so. If you're like not too sure, go for cooked.
I was just in the Yucatan like a couple weeks ago, and it was like I had the same experience because last time I was in the Yucatan, I got terrible food poisoning. So I was very like, don't drink the water, don't eat raw food.
I actually have a funny story. You want to hear it?
Yeah,
from India. Okay,
I love funny stories.
I was there for 6 months.
Our listeners do too.
Not get sick until the last pretty much few days. I went from Pushkar. I had to go all the way to Delhi to catch a flight to Thailand.
Okay, how far of a journey is that?
I think it was 6 to 8 hours.
On a train?
It was a bus. It was going to be an overnight bus with a bunker. Okay. So they have like regular seats, and then above the regular seats there's like these laying down pods. Like you can't sit up, you gotta like lay down. So I got one of those, thank goodness. And it's private, thank goodness, because I could not miss that bus, and I was starting to feel a little sick for the first time. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know why I did this, but I decided to bring a bunch of plastic bags with me and a roll of toilet paper Thank God, because I
God.
ended. This bus didn't have a toilet. Didn't stop very often. I had to go to the washroom every 20 minutes, so I ended up having to poop in bags and toss them out the window because there was nowhere else to put them. I just had to do it. It was survival. Hopefully, no one got hit.
Oh, man.
There was nothing else. Yeah, that's my. I've told that story on YouTube, so it's not the first time I'm sharing it.
That's horrible. That's
It was
a terrible
awful.
experience.
It was awful. And then I recovered for a couple more days.
Were people like, what's that smell?
No one knew. I was in a little bunk pooping in bags, trying to survive because there was nothing else I could do.
Oh my God. When survival kicks in, it's
Right.
serious. I've been there, when you're
Right.
in the woods and you have to poop and you're like, I've got to go.
It's in the middle of the night. I'm not going to be like, hey, can you let me out in the middle of India? No.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's vulnerable.
There's a lot more.
Okay.
But
Okay. More to come.
We'll save.
People should follow your they can follow your
of
channel.
course.
You tell all kinds of terrible
Stories? Yeah.
stories about poop and things.
Several poop and pee stories. We got quite a few.
It's very human.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. India next. What's second?
Canada, where I'm from. It's beautiful.
Okay. You did the train across the country ever?
No, but we took our Airstream across Canada. We've driven just in a regular car too across Canada, and it's just it's a beautiful place. Just like the States, every province is so different from one another and has a lot to offer, and just the nature is stunning in the seasons. And so I'd say that Costa Rica, obviously, it's why I live here.
You live in one of your favorite countries.
Of course, you got to.
It's closer than India.
Yes. Yeah. I
Would you ever live in India?
I was gonna say I don't think so. I mean, it's too far. But if it was closer to too far from home, I should say, for my family. Yeah, I don't think so. No. But I would visit more often.
My friend Pashupati lives down in the south. He has a place in Kerala.
Nice.
Near Amma's
Beautiful.
ashram where they do a bed and breakfast.
I went there. It was great.
To Amma's ashram?
Yeah.
I
When
wanna
she
go
was in
there.
Toronto, I didn't know.
I know it's not.
She's
She's a
in
tour.
Toronto. I just
She's on the
came
road.
from Toronto. Yeah. Yeah. Costa Rica. I would say Thailand.
I want to go to Thailand. That's my next spot.
Thailand's
I
awesome.
want to go eat durian
Yes.
in Thailand. If anybody wants to sponsor my trip to durian to go eat
Thailand.
to go to Thailand to go eat to go eat durian next May,
Oh my gosh. I
You
would
can do
love
this.
to go and do that too.
would you?
I
wanna
would
do it?
I would totally.
You guys
yeah.
want to go?
I want to go. I'm thinking of going within the next year.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can we plan it together?
Sure.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Okay. Thailand.
Okay, where else? Fiji was awesome. Greenland, amazing.
Uh-huh.
Whole other world up there. How many has that? I don't know. Let's
Sounds
name
like sex.
I'll say one more because 7's my favorite number.
Okay.
Ooh, it's gonna be a hard one.
Doesn't have to be in number line. Just
It's just so hard to. I mean, Iceland is pretty magical too.
I just found out I have a lot of family in Iceland.
You should go there.
From Iceland.
pretty
Not
great.
in Iceland. I have 3% of my
Ooh,
Icelandic.
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go.
Yeah, I should go.
Yeah. Oh, Finland. I had to throw that out there.
I know. I want to go to
It's
Finland
so
too.
fun.
I want to go do a Scandinavian cruise. I think if I ever do, I've never done a cruise. Do you ever do a cruise?
We did one to try it, and it was fun, but it's not necessarily
The way you
my
wanna do
thing.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not my thing. We
Touristy?
just wanted to. It's just. I mean, for several reasons, it's a lot of people in one ship in the middle of the sea. The pollution. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Yeah,
It was fun, but yeah.
My parents always went on cruises, and they always invited my sister and her husband, and
Yeah.
I think they invited me once or maybe never, but I think that it was because they knew I would hate it.
Oh.
I think it's
You didn't
because I
like it.
was always super hardcore about environmentalism, organics, no plastic.
Oh yeah, you would have hated it.
That's what they said.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm open now to at least trying it once, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like me going is gonna stop the once is gonna stop the industry.
If I were to go again, it'd probably be Disney cruise.
Really? Why?
Because I have a 5-year-old, and because
Right.
I like Disney.
All right, you do.
I mean, it's
You're
fun.
kind of a Disney princess.
It's fun.
You're kind of a living
no,
Disney
a
princess.
sweaty Disney princess.
You're not.
Sweaty
I mean,
jungle
no,
princess.
you just have this kind of
I
Like
mean,
a
I do have a
that
connection with animals.
with
It's
who?
like
Who's
Snow White, very
who's
Snow
your
White.
favorite Disney princess?
Oh,
Do you have one? Snow White, you said.
no, I don't, but now I have to choose one, don't I? I mean, Moana was pretty cool.
Never
Is she a
saw it.
princess? She's not really a princess.
That's the Hawaiian one, right?
Yeah.
I need to go see Moana.
There's Moana 2 coming out too.
Never saw it. I've missed all the latest Disneys. I'm more into Marvel. I'm like
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Marvel
Of course.
side of
Of
things.
course. Of
I'm on the
course.
Marvel side of Disney. Okay. Let's see. Hopscotch the Globe. What's going on with Hopscotch the Globe right now?
Still traveling. Obviously, sharing more Costa Rica content. Being here.
You guys are full-time living here.
Yep.
In your house.
Yeah, we're here. This is our home base, and then we're going to be traveling more. We're actually leaving to do quite a bit of traveling next month.
Where are you going?
We're going to be doing some Canadian travels, going to Manitoba, Nova Scotia.
Ooh,
We're doing a project with
pretty up there.
Marriott in Seattle. Very exotic.
Very exciting. Seattle.
In India, going to India in September, and then in the works with other potential destinations.
Okay.
And then going to Canada, and a week later coming back here to host our yearly Hopscotch the Globe group trip, which we're doing in the Nicoya Peninsula, a Blue Zone trip. And it's with our subscribers, and it's going to be incredible. They always are. This is, I think, our sixth one that we've done.
So you have a subscription. People can join your community, or how does that work?
You can subscribe to YouTube, or you can follow on Instagram, or subscribe to the blog. So it's like subscribers, followers.
Got it.
And we share every year. We have a new trip that we do. We've done them in Guatemala, Ecuador, and Costa Rica. So this year, again, Costa Rica, and our subscribers sign up, and we get to travel together. So it's cool to like see comments from people, and like get to connect with them that way, but to actually get to travel with these people, it's the best. And yeah, we've got a really cool community.
So fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you're going to do Nicoya for the Blue Zones, you said.
Yeah, it's a Blue Zone trip. So the trip was designed around like the pillars of the Blue Zone. We're gonna be doing a 3-night homestay in Nicoya, in an area where, you know, people are living past 100. So we're going to actually get to not just meet these people, but spend quality time with them. We're going to be doing like cooking classes, hot springs, so like relaxation, and then adventure, going on a yacht, doing some beach time, and yeah, hiking up volcanoes and all the fun stuff. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Sounds like so much fun. And we're going to Thailand in May of 2025.
I guess
of course,
we are.
we can't forget about that. So Blue Zones is your latest. That's like kind of your that's just this trip.
That's the trip, the group trip that's coming up, and then we just have projects that we work on all the time.
Yeah, you were, like I said, you came and did a video here.
Yep.
You did one with Cyril.
Yep.
You're kind of like expoing, like doing like local.
Yeah, I mean, we're here, we're living in community. It's such a cool topic to cover, right? And we're in it. So like we wanted to do more of that. We'd love to travel around different other places around the world and visit more communities. We've done Damanhur in Italy. We actually did a video there.
Cool.
But I want to do more of those because it's so interesting.
So what do you we're coming to the end. We're running out of time, but I wanted to ask you because like honestly, how do you feel about like what's your take on like the environmental impact on travel? Because you must get asked this before, right?
I mean,
this has been part of my thing is like obviously people moving around is creating an impact on the environment.
Yeah, specifically air travel are you thinking of? Yeah. I mean,
I don't know air, boat, cars.
Right. I mean, you don't have to be a traveler to be driving cars and causing, issues.
Not.
But
of course not.
The last like 5 years, we've been doing a lot of road trips because we had our Airstream. We were traveling around North America with it, so we weren't flying as much. I mean, how much better is that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better than taking a bunch of flights? I don't really know.
What,
to be honest,
car travel?
Yeah, like traveling with an F-150. Towing our house. I mean, like we're towing our house and parking in different places.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I don't know. I don't, and please don't. I didn't mean to like put you on the spot or anything.
It's totally,
with this. I just was kind of like because this is my like this is my grapple is like. Is it, I do want to go to Thailand and I do want to go to visit other places, but I'm also like part of my thing is like, am I contributing to the problem by like not just staying home and like growing my food.
I don't think so. I think if you're respectful and aware, then you're going to do better anyway. Like when we travel, we tend to do a lot of outdoor adventure nature stuff. Things like obviously don't litter, don't leave things around, respect where you are. If you're in a national park and it says and they say don't go in this area, then respect that. Don't jump the fence and go there. Like I think there's a balance that
Right, and you're
you
also
can have.
supporting local economies and like
Totally.
supporting local good like you guys probably I know you gear your projects towards like more ecological, sustainable
And
projects.
there's a lot of content creators are going more like focusing more on sustainable tourism, and we are too. So I think there's just some shifts you can make to, if you're aware, to do better and create a balance. And then you promote that to people so that other people do the same.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Anything else? What's going on? Give me something cool. What's happening? What's the latest? You're doing your trip. What are you excited about? What's happening over there in Alegria?
In Alegria? Ooh, what's happening?
Give me the dish. I'm not in the Alegria
Oh my gosh,
chat.
the WhatsApp chats. No,
I know.
there's no drama right now.
I've heard about the Alegria WhatsApp chats.
I mean, they can get pretty crazy.
Pretty juicy.
So
Alegria is the community. For those of you who aren't new to this podcast, Alegria is the community right across the street. Literally, I can see it from right here. It's 145 lots.
Yep.
And how many people are living there right now?
Oh my gosh, I don't actually know. I'd say like 20 to 25 households maybe at this point.
And then there's like another 30 or so under
being
construction
built,
right now.
Yeah.
And then
it's feeling really good over there. I'm loving it.
You're happy?
I'm loving it. The people that live there are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really awesome, and the views and just everything. Yeah, we're happy.
I always have a good time when I go hang with the Alegrians.
Yeah. We love when you come.
Yeah. Oh. Invite me more often.
We don't have to invite you. Just come over.
No, I have to be invited.
Why?
Because I have this thing about like,
oh gosh,
not wanting to intrude.
Oh, I guess. Okay. Whatever.
I wouldn't, I don't know when things are private, when they're not.
Just come and knock on our door.
Okay.
If we
Come
answer,
and knock on our door.
If we answer, it's okay. If we don't, you can go.
We need to do more musical theater. I love that idea.
Yeah,
you know what I want to do here? I'm putting it out there. We talked about this around the fire a couple years ago with Michael and Yulia of doing a Rocky Horror Picture Show here. Have you ever done Rocky?
No, but I would love to.
Did you guys grow up with that culture?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like...
I haven't seen it, but I know it.
Oh.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my
I know.
I mean, so in the U.S., it's like a cult classic. It's like...
People dress up and go.
Well, they do... Yeah, well, they do that. They'll do like... what do you call it? Multimedia, where they'll screen it.
Yeah.
At a theater with a stage.
Yeah.
So the movie will be playing. The movie was like the original 1970s with like Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, Barry Bostwick, Richard, they found one of the guy who wrote it, Richard, I forget his last name, was one of the characters. Anyways, Meatloaf was in it. They'll screen that, and in front of it, they'll act out certain scenes. Like with a real theater cast. And then also the audience comes dressed up like all sexified because it's so like it's a sexy. Do you know Rocky Horror Picture Show, Yvonne? Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror.
No. Okay, he'd never made it to Venezuela.
That would be awesome though. I'm down for any type of theater. Like less like monologue serious, but like
I think you would be Magenta. You don't know it. Or maybe
I know of it. I know about the culture, but I have to.
You could be Janet. You could be Janet.
All right.
Janet's like the main character. She's a good one.
Okay, cool. Main character vibes. I like that.
We want we're already talking Michael is going to be Frankenfurter, the transsexual he's just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Awesome.
It's good. Awesome. It's good. We got a rock. Oh, I'm so excited to turn you on to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anything else you want to add? Shout out to the fam.
Shout out to the fam.
See ya, Kai. What's up?
See ya, Kai. Just excited about what's to come and what's already happening. Like, it's so nice to be here, and we got some exciting travels coming up, and really excited to show my daughter more of the world. She's seen a lot of Costa Rica at this point, but to explore a little bit more with her, I'm really excited for. Yeah.
Like Thailand in
Yeah.
May of 2025.
Exactly.
If people want to reach you or come on, join your Blue Zone trip.
Yes, there's some spaces available, so
There is.
they'd have to act fast. It's in July, so if you want to be spontaneous and come, end of July.
Okay, how do
Yeah.
they reach you?
Hopscotchtheglobe.com,
Okay.
or on YouTube you can type in Kristen and Sia, or Instagram hopscotchtheglobe.
And follow them because they're like awesome and everything they do
Thank
is
you.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen Sarah.
Thanks for having
It's
me.
From Hopscotch the Globe. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
This is La Vida Verde podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Human, here at Finca Vida Verde. We release episodes every Tuesday on YouTube and also on Spotify and iTunes. I also want to secondarily again shout out Eco Teas for this epic yerba mate. Thank you so much. People, please join our Patreon. We would love your support. If you love this podcast, I'm going to do a telethon right here. If you love this podcast, you can save a fledgling, you can support us. We need your support. We have put some extra cool content on there for you. It's a good thing. You will feel good about yourself and you will be supporting a great project. Go check that out. We are on Facebook. We're on Facebook at Finca Vida Verde. We are on Instagram at Finca Vida Verde CR. We are fincavitaverde.com and we love you. This has been fun.
So fun.
We'll see you next time. Pura vida.
Pura vida.